Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. This story is heating up, and if you've been paying attention to the NFL lately, you know that the Giants are in a pretty interesting position. Their secondary has been under pressure, especially with injuries piling up. Tyler Nubin, who's been a key safety, went down in Week 3 with a groin injury and is out indefinitely. Dane Belton, another vital safety, is dealing with a shoulder issue, and he's listed as questionable for upcoming games. This kind of instability in the back end of the defense has the Giants looking aggressively for solutions, and one name that's been circling in the rumor mill is Antoine Winfield Jr., the star safety from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What makes this move so intriguing? Well, the Giants are willing to part with a third-round pick in the 2026 draft, but that's not all. They're also looking at a swap involving Jevon Holland from the Dolphins, who's been dealing with a calf injury. The Giants aren't just looking to patch things up, they're playing the long game. They're gathering assets, picks, and flexibility to strengthen their roster after a start that's been a bit rocky, sitting at 2-4. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, who are currently sitting at 2-4 as well, are struggling to find consistency. They've allowed an average of 26 points per game and are in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially with a cap situation that's tight, just around $14 million. So, why would Tampa Bay be interested in moving Winfield? Well, he's an all-pro caliber safety, a player who has been a key part of their defense since being drafted in 2020. Winfield has already made a name for himself as one of the top safeties in the league, especially in 2024, where he's been shining with 3 interceptions, 42 tackles, and even 2 sacks in just 6 games. His PFF grade is a remarkable 95, placing him among the top safeties in the NFL. His ability to be versatile, to play in the box, to cover deep, and to be aggressive against the run makes him a perfect fit for the Giants' hybrid defensive schemes. Let's talk a little about his career, because it really highlights what kind of player he is. Winfield has accumulated 12 interceptions and 8 sacks over his career, along with nearly 280 tackles. His PFF career average of 89.4 is outstanding, and he has a positive EPA per stop, which indicates his effectiveness in forcing turnovers and making game-changing plays. His aggressive style, especially in the box, allows him to be a true enforcer for any defense. His coverage stats are impressive, allowing only 58% completion against him, and he's avoided injuries in 2025, which is a huge plus given his injury history in 2024 when he played just 13 games due to a hamstring issue. Now, from Tampa Bay's perspective, acquiring Holland as part of the deal makes sense. Holland has a PFF grade of 71.2 and has already snagged an interception this season. The Bucs are prioritizing extensions for other key players like Vita Vea, so moving Winfield might be a strategic move to free up cap space and build for the future. They're skeptical about their playoff chances, with odds at plus 18-0, but they're playing the long game, focusing on youth and development. This trade would be a significant boost for the Giants' defense. Winfield's addition as a versatile enforcer could mean a lot for the team's overall performance. Imagine him pairing with Xavier McKinney, creating a hybrid safety duo that could elevate their scheme success from 33% blitz efficiency to nearly 48%. His tackling ability could add around 80 more tackles to the Giants' defense, and his presence would likely reduce the aerial yards allowed per game from 215 to around 170. That's a serious improvement, especially considering how much more opportunistic the Giants could become with a safety like Winfield patrolling the deep field and the box. Plus, his ability to force turnovers, with a career interception rate of around 22%, suggests the Giants could see a boost of approximately 20% in their turnovers, which is huge in terms of field position and game momentum. His coverage stats also show a +1.5 higher grade compared to other safeties in their division, and he allows less yards after catch, which is critical in today's pass-heavy NFL. All these improvements could translate into a more aggressive, opportunistic defense, something the Giants desperately need given their struggles on defense this season. And this move isn't just about immediate impact. It's about the future, about building a defense that can contend for the playoffs and beyond. The Giants, with just $1.4 million in cap space, are in a position where they need to be smart, strategic, and bold. Adding a player of Winfield's caliber while resolving some of their injury issues at safety could be a turning point. The potential impact on their odds to make the playoffs is significant, moving from a slim chance to a more competitive outlook, especially if they improve their pass defense and create more turnovers. Now, looking at Tampa Bay, the move makes sense from a rebuilding perspective. With about $14 million in cap space, they need to be strategic, especially with their focus on extending Vita V and managing their cap situation. Trading Winfield for a conditional pick and Holland could be a way for them to free up space and focus on developing their younger players. The Bucs are still trying to find their identity after a rough start, and this kind of move could be part of a broader plan to rebuild around their young core, especially with Baker Mayfield having a decent season with a 60% completion rate, 6 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. In the bigger picture, this potential trade could have a ripple effect across the NFC East and the entire NFC landscape. The Giants, by adding Winfield, could significantly bolster their secondary, turning it from a weakness into a strength. His ability to contribute in multiple roles, covering deep, helping against the run, blitzing, gives defensive coordinator Wink Martindale more flexibility and creativity. If he's able to stay healthy and integrate quickly, we could see a noticeable uptick in the Giants' defensive efficiency, which has been a concern this season. It's also worth noting that, historically, when the Giants improve defensively, they tend to contend. Their Super Bowl runs in recent years have been built on strong defensive play, and adding a player like Winfield could be the missing piece to push them over the edge. The NFC East is fiercely competitive, with teams like the Eagles and Cowboys making moves to strengthen their rosters. The Giants know they can't afford to fall further behind, and this potential move could be their answer to that challenge. Of course, it's not just about the immediate impact. It's about the message it sends to the team, to the fans, and to the rest of the league. The Giants are serious about contending this year and beyond, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. The deadline is coming up on April 4th, and it will be interesting to see if they pull the trigger on this deal or if they hold their cards close to their chest and look for other options. Either way, the excitement around this possible trade is palpable, and it's creating a lot of buzz in NFL circles. So, what do you think, Giants fans? Do you believe that adding Winfield Jr. could be the spark your defense needs? Could this move change the trajectory of the season and give your team a real shot at making a deep playoff run? Or do you think Tampa Bay should hold on to him and try to make a late-season push? Whatever your thoughts, make sure to drop them in the comments below. I want to hear your opinions and predictions because this is what makes being a fan so special. We're all in this together, and the passion for the Giants runs deep. And remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and all the latest news about your New York Giants. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this Giants family growing. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's go Giants.